Hello and welcome to another edition of the Josh Ho Show. I'm your host, Seven Trissel, and with me is the head coach of Massillon Tigers, Josh Hose. We want to again thank you for our season-long sponsor, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Coach, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, Seven. Thank you.
Coach, your Tigers are now 12-7 this year after splitting your last 4 games. Let's go back to your February 3rd home game against Ashland. Tell us more about the win over the Arrows.
Well, it was a game we needed to win. We've been kind of stumbling lately. We played some really good teams. So we talked to our team about getting out of January, kind of washing that away and moving into February. So that game was really kind of a game we marked as we need to get that win going into tournament time, and then going into a tough week with McKinley and Louisville coming up. So guys, bounced back. We played really well. We moved the ball well. We shot it well. We looked rested. We took a day off during the week. We're doing that today actually for this week. And this time of year, it's that you need some days that just for rest is really important. So I was excited to get our guys back on track. And just like I said, we played really well. A lot of guys got involved and scored and beat it. Usually a really tough team to beat Ashland. I think it pulled away at the end there and actually had an easier victory than I anticipated.
On Tuesday, February 6th, your team was home against McKinley. The Bulldogs ended up winning 84-74. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, first off, it was a really awesome atmosphere. We had, as big of a crowd as I can remember, probably since the COVID, year already shut down, and we had McKinley and Jackson here. We haven't had a crowd like that since then. So that was really awesome to have all of our students there. We had a bunch of, just ex-players that were in the stands, and McKinley and us, there's obviously history there. So great game, back and forth. We had a great first half. Came out a little slow in the third quarter. And it's crazy because when I went back and looked at it, we ended up going into the fourth quarter down 17. But with about 2-3 minutes left, I can't remember the exact number. We had a steal to cut it to 4, and it was I think the score would have been 50. I think they had 50-44. We had a chance to make a late, cut it to 4. We missed it. They go down and score, and it was 8. And then just in over the next minute and a half, it just went from an 6-8 point game to about a 19-point game. And so we've been having that happen to us throughout the season right now, 3-minute windows of just a run, and it hit us there. Now, tribute to our kids, we came back with a minute and a half left and cut it to 7 and had the ball, a chance to cut it to 5 or 4, and we had a turnover and they ended up winning by 10. So our kids fought like crazy. It was fun for them to see that environment and face that adversity, and hopefully we can grow from that. But Reed Sims, a heck of a player. He had a really good second half and third quarter, and like I said, it was a learning experience for our guys, and hopefully our staff as well, our coaches, we can get better, move forward.
Last Friday, February 9th, your team was back on the road, this time at Louisville. The Leopards won that match 79-59. How would you summarize that loss?
Louisville is a really good team, and they're up there in that argument, the best in the area, Northeast Ohio. So we knew it was going to be a tough one going into it. They got a really good point guard, a really good wing, and a really good post. So if you had those 3 pieces, you could put the other people around them, and those guys are good too. But those 3 make them go. So kind of their big 3, as the basketball terms they always go. Our bad thing there is our 3-minute window that we had, that rough patch hit us in the end of the third quarter, or first quarter, I should say. I think it was 2:40 left. We were down 13-4, so we're down 9 points. 3-point, we call it a 3-possession game because there's a chance you can come down and tie that thing up. 3 possessions, and I think over the next minute and a half, they had a 10-0 run. And so from being down 9-19, it just that quick, and a lot of it is self-induced. Bad shots, turnovers, mistakes on defensive rotations, etc. So we kind of battled in, and then played them even the rest of the way, but we just couldn't close that gap. I think the closest we got was 15 or 16, and just tribute to them. They're a really good team. They always answer our runs with a run of their own. So. We knew going in, it's always tough to win at Louisville, and then on top of them being a really good team. So another great environment, packed house. So good stuff to get ready for the tournament and stuff to learn from. Tough loss, definitely for sure.
This past Saturday, February 10th, your Tigers cruised past Toledo, rate 92-20 at home. Sounds like that wasn't much of a game, was it?
No, Toledo Waits. So we played them my first year and second year here. We were looking for games, and we picked them up, and actually it was a really competitive game. The first year, I forget the exact score, and then the next year we traveled up there, and we won that one comfortably, but not like Saturday's game. So fast forward a couple years later, we're looking for games last year, and so our process is we're an independent, so we have to schedule 22 independent games. So I start shooting emails out to all these different schools trying to get games scheduled. And our tough thing is dates, when we're open, and then teams that are available. So I think there's a lot of teams that were hiring coaches last year, so they were kind of on a scheduling pause. And I didn't hear back, and so when Toledo Wait responded, they would come down and play, and then we'll go up there next year. I accepted it, not knowing that they were a young team this year, and they were struggling. So our guys, on top of it, our guys shot it really well. We came out hot, and so the combination of their youth and experience versus us shooting it hot, it kind of went quick. In that first quarter, we got up 20 or so, and then we subbed guys in, and those guys were hot, and it just like I said, we pulled off our press, all that stuff in the first quarter, and they didn't have an answer for the shooting. The shooting night we had was just tough, so we shot it well, and but yeah, so it was kind of a tough game, midday game, and didn't have much of a crowd, but. We'll take it, we'll move forward and get ready for Lake on Friday.
In a moment, we'll meet a Tiger player, but first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Reliable Heating and Cooling. Get the latest innovation and technology at Reliable. Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Thanks to Reliable Heating and Cooling, and welcome back to the Josh Host Show. Our Tiger player joining us this week is senior forward Logan Spiker. Logan, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Logan, how old were you when you first learned the game, and do you remember who taught it to you?
I would say I was about 5 years old when I first learned. It was probably my dad take me down to the park to go shoot some hoops or play a game of horse.
In what areas of the game did you work on the most since the last end of the season?
I would say the areas I worked on the most is probably shooting, and also my passing, becoming a better ball handler, and then also rebounding the ball too.
As one of the 3 seniors of this year's team, describe your role for us.
I would say my role on the team is being an energy guy, a vocal, and being a leader, just getting everybody to go. That's really it.
What are some things you like the most about being on this Tiger team?
What I like the most about being here is probably the experience you get from it. It's like being in a locker room with these guys. It's like something really special that you're never going to get again, because me going to Kent State is something really special to me. I really like being around this group of guys because it's fun. We have a good bond together too.
Do you have a nickname?
Yes, I do.
What is it, and who gave it to you?
It's Spike, and I got it from the Avion. And also, it came back this season with Dre over the summer. He just started calling me it, and then everybody caught on to it, and they started calling me it too. And then also, I got another one. They called me Giannis, because when I was a freshman, I always wore a Giannis shirt, and all the coach started calling me Giannis.
And finally, tell us something about Coach Hose that maybe a lot of people don't know about him.
Something about Coach Hose that people probably don't know about him is that he's really funny. He always cracks dad jokes, or jokes that are really funny.
Thanks for joining us, Logan. Coach Hose will rejoin the show when we return after this timeout.
Hello, and welcome to the Stark County Humane Society. Today we're going to give you a few pointers when considering adopting a new furry friend. All animals here at the Stark County Humane Society are spayed, neutered, microchipped, vaccinated, dewormed, and if old enough, heartworm tested for our canine friends. Adopters will receive a free exam within 2 weeks of adoption at local veterinarian hospitals. We encourage all adopters to take full advantage of this. A one-time adoption fee is required for your new furry friend. When you adopt, you get an awesome adoption packet that includes treats for your new fur baby and savings for you. But this is not where the cost of adoption stops. Did you know the average cost of an animal like a new puppy or kitten can cost up to $500 annually? This includes annual veterinarian visits, preventative care, and everyday supplies like crate, litter, food, toys. But I hope this doesn't scare you away. Adopting an animal is a huge responsibility and a commitment. Please take the time to consider the cost of adopting a new pet into your family today. I hope to see you soon at the Stark County Humane Society. Please visit our website or visit us on social media for more information.
Welcome back to Josh Ho Show. Coach, we just spoke with senior forward Logan Spiker in our last segment. What kind of contributions does Logan make to the team, both on and off the floor?
Logan is a captain for us as a senior. He is a kid that contributes more to our team than you can ever measure on a stat sheet. He's a senior leader. He's a vocal leader. He's the guy in practice every day that brings energy. He brings positive talk. He's probably the best teammate you could ever ask for. He's constantly talking to his teammates. He's constantly encouraging people. Great guy on the bench as far as like that energy goes, and you need that guy that's kind of leading the way there. And then off the court, Logan's a great student. He's going to Kent State next year and going into business, maybe marketing, I believe. And he's done some great things on and off the court that, again, don't show up maybe in the stat sheet, but definitely show up in the locker room, show up in practice every day, and it helps enhance our culture of our team. And Logan definitely is the guy that embodies all the characteristics we want in a Tiger.
Your team is heading into its final 3 games of the regular season. Let's talk more about the 2 games coming up this week. This Friday night, your team is on the road at Lake. What can you tell us about the Blue Streaks?
Well, the Blue Streaks are having a little bit of a tough year because of an injury. Their best player, Chance Kasenheiser, averaged about 25 points a game, got hurt early in the preseason. I think he came back mid-January and has been playing, and he's playing well. So that, they bounced back a little bit and had a better second half here. They're going to be good. He's going for the scoring record at the school on Friday. So, and maybe I don't know how far away he is, but he's close. And so there's a good chance he's going to try to break it, or probably will break it against us. And so we got to handle that, and it's a tough place to play. Lake on the road is always tough up there. We were able to beat them my second year here. I'm trying to remember, that was like an early December game, but just hard. They just really tough environment. They have a good crowd usually, and so we got to be ready to go for that one for sure.
Then next Tuesday, February 20th, you're back home to face Glen Oak. The Golden Eagles are having a good season, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a quality team. We were lucky to beat them at the end of last year, late in the year. I think it was our second to last game. Played a great game over there. They're having a great year. They got all those guys back. Lipkins is their best player. Broom is point guard for them, is a really good player, and then Zerger inside. Kind of that 3-headed monster kind of we talked about with Louisville. So we match up a little bit better with them because they don't have the size that Louisville did at some of the positions, but they have the players there definitely for sure, and we got to be able to match up with them and their athleticism. They get up and down like we do. So it should be an entertaining game here at home. We've been playing well at home, so we're looking forward to that. And I know our guys will be ready to go. Again, another tournament tune-up, getting ready for our next. We had one more game, and then we had our tournament game after that. So Glen Oak will definitely be a great measuring stick for us.
The boys' high school basketball tournament brackets are completed this past Sunday. Tell us where you and your Tigers will be playing this first tournament game, and how you will feel about the bracket your team in.
Well, I think we like our draw overall. I mean, I don't think it's an easy game or anything like that, but there's a lot of really good teams that were in our 76 team field that we were in. So we were the 23 seed out of 76. Different way they did it this year. They did a point system versus in the past where we voted. So we probably got a higher seed than we would have in the past, and we were excited about that. So we picked a line, and it's a long process. It was like a 2-hour meeting we did. And I'm trying to think, we had picked a couple teams that we thought we matched up better with than others. And so when the opening to take a bye and jump in, we took that, and we played the winner of Barberton and Warren Harding. And so we just thought two teams that play similar to us, size-wise we match up well with. And so if Barberton wins, we go to Barberton on March 2nd. If Warren wins, they come here on March 2nd. So we got to kind of wait and see how all that shakes out, and to find out who we play and where. So on February, I think 27th, those two teams play, and we'll be at that game, and we'll find out that night if we're hosting or if we're traveling, and who our opponent is. So like I said, I like our draw. We're in the same bracket with Garfield Heights, who's a really great team, and but they're on the way other half of the bracket. If we run into them, it's in the district finals, and that's a good thing. If you're playing it for a district final, and at that point you're going to play somebody really good anyway. So we like our chances of getting into the district round and kind of letting the chips fall where they will.
Thanks, Coach. That will do it for this edition of Josh Ho Show. We want to thank our season-long sponsor, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Thanks again to Coach, host, and senior forward Logan Spiker for joining us this week on the show. I'm your host, Seven Trissel. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.